Let me tell you something uncomfortable. If you're always the one who says yes, always the one who smiles through disrespect, always the one who bends over backwards for people who wouldn't even hold the door for you, then you're not being kind, you're being used. We often hear that kindness is a strength, and while that's true, it's also important to understand that being kind is a choice, not a duty. There's a difference between having a good heart and allowing people to walk all over it. Just because you can be kind doesn't mean you must be kind to everyone, especially when that kindness is not being returned or is being taken for granted. Many people equate kindness with passivity, with always being agreeable, always giving in and never saying no. But real kindness doesn't mean sacrificing your self-worth or constantly tolerating bad behavior just to avoid conflict. That's not strength, that's fear disguised as virtue. When you allow others to take advantage of your empathy without setting limits, you slowly lose your sense of self, and that's a high price to pay. There's a powerful dignity in choosing when to whom you extend your kindness. Not everyone deserves your softness. When kindness is demanded or expected, it stops being genuine. It becomes a mask you wear to be accepted or avoid guilt. That's not authentic, and it's not sustainable. True strength lies in being kind while still holding your ground. It's about having a spine and a soul. You don't owe anyone the parts of you they continue to disrespect. Kindness, when given freely and wisely, can uplift others, but when given blindly, it can be used against you. Choose your kindness like you choose your battles, with care, intention, and self-respect. You are not here to make everyone comfortable, you are here to honor your truth. Saying no doesn't make you rude. Having limits doesn't make you selfish. In fact, one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself is to learn how to draw the line firmly, clearly, and without apology. Too many people are running on empty, emotionally and mentally, because they're constantly giving without checking who's taking. When you don't set boundaries, you invite burnout, resentment, and even self-doubt. You start questioning your worth based on how others treat you, and that's a dangerous game. The truth is, not everyone deserves access to you. Your time, your energy, your kindness, these are not unlimited resources. They're privileges, not entitlements. If someone gets offended when you protect your peace, they were benefiting from your lack of it. That's not love, that's exploitation. The people who truly care about you will respect your boundaries because they respect you. Setting boundaries is not about building walls to push people away. It's about building gates that you control who comes in, how long they stay, and what they bring with them. And yes, it might feel uncomfortable at first. You might fear judgment, rejection, or confrontation. But standing up for yourself is not a betrayal of kindness, it's a declaration of self-respect. This is how you grow into your power. You stop over-explaining. You stop saying yes sir just to keep the peace. You stop shrinking yourself to fit into spaces that never honored you to begin with. You start valuing your own needs without guilt. That's not just bold, it's necessary. No one else is responsible for protecting your peace. That job belongs to you. And once you own that, you stop being everyone's emotional lifeline and start becoming your own anchor. Every day, you wake up with a limited amount of emotional, mental, and physical energy. That energy is your fuel. It determines how you think, feel, create, and show up in the world. But what happens when you let everyone and everything drain that energy without ever refilling your tank? You start feeling exhausted, bitter, anxious, and disconnected from your purpose. And the hard truth is, not everyone deserves your energy. There are people who feed off your generosity, your listening ear, your constant availability, but give nothing in return. These are the relationships that leave you empty. It's not selfish to protect yourself from that. It's survival. You're not a battery that can keep recharging others while ignoring your own depletion. If you keep giving to the wrong people, you'll have nothing left for the ones who matter, including yourself. Protecting your energy means being intentional about where it goes. It's about recognizing the difference between people who support you and people who drain you. It means stepping away from conversations that go nowhere, saying no to commitments that don't align with your goals, and distancing yourself from environments that feel heavy. You don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. You don't need to respond to every text immediately. You don't owe anyone 24/7 access to your life, your thoughts, or your heart. Your peace is precious, guard it like your life depends on it, because in many ways it does. You are not here to be everything for everyone. You are here to become the best version of yourself, and that starts with protecting your energy from anything that threatens your growth, your joy, or your worth. The more you protect your energy, the more powerful you become. Respect, trust, loyalty, kindness. These are not things people are automatically entitled to, they are things that must be earned. One of the biggest mistakes we make, especially when we care deeply, is assuming that everyone deserves our best from the start. We give without question, support without limits, and offer our time, energy, and compassion freely, often before someone has shown they're worthy of it. But generosity without discernment can be dangerous. Not everyone who smiles at you has good intentions. Not everyone who needs you values you. When you constantly give without making people earn your trust, you leave yourself open to being taken advantage of. And let's be real, the world is full of people who will happily take from you until there's nothing left. You teach people how to treat you by what you allow, what you tolerate, and what you reward. If you show up 100% for someone who barely gives you 10%, you're setting a standard that says your worth can be taken for granted. That's not kindness, that's self-neglect. Relationships, whether personal or professional, should be reciprocal. You deserve to be surrounded by people who give back, who show up, who earn their place in your life through consistent action and mutual respect. When someone proves through their behavior that they value you, then and only then should you meet them with the full force of your loyalty and kindness. It's okay to be warm, but be wise. Don't make your soul a welcome mat. Hold your value high. Let people rise to the level where your trust is a privilege, not a given. When you start requiring people to earn your kindness, you'll notice the quality of your connections will transform for the better. Living for other people's approval is like being a prisoner in your own life. When you constantly seek validation from others, their praise, their permission, their applause, you hand them the power to define your worth. You begin shaping your choices not based on what's right for you, but on what will earn you acceptance. And over time, you lose sight of who you really are, buried under the weight of everyone else's expectations. The truth is, no matter how kind you are, how hard you try, or how much you give, not everyone will approve of you, and that's okay. You weren't born to be universally liked. You were born to be real, to live authentically, and to own your path without asking for directions from people who have never walked in your shoes. Seeking validation is exhausting because it's a game you can never win. One moment you're praised, the next you're criticized. You become addicted to compliments, fearful of rejection, and trapped in a cycle of people pleasing that leaves you anxious and disconnected from your truth. And the worst part, it dilutes your power. You begin to live small so you don't make others uncomfortable. The freedom comes when you stop needing outside approval to feel worthy. When your confidence starts coming from within, from your values, your growth, your integrity, you stop shrinking to fit into someone else's version of who you should be. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to prove your value. The only validation that truly matters is your own. And once you trust yourself fully, the opinions of others lose their grip on you. That's not arrogance, that's self-respect. And it's the beginning of real power. You don't have to be kind to everyone. That's not harsh, that's honest. Kindness is a beautiful trait, but when given without thought or boundaries, it can become a tool others use against you. The idea that you must always be polite, agreeable, and emotionally available to everyone is not only unrealistic, it's dangerous to your peace of mind. You weren't put on this earth to fix, please, or carry people who won't even lift themselves. Being selectively kind means choosing who gets the best of you. It means recognizing who adds value to your life and who only shows up to take. It's not about being cold or cruel, it's about being intentional. You can be warm and compassionate without being a doormat. You can be supportive without sacrificing your own emotional needs. And most importantly, you can say no with love and still mean it. Radical honesty starts when you stop pretending. Stop smiling through discomfort. Stop agreeing to things just to keep the peace. Say what you mean, own your boundaries, protect your time. The most powerful people are not the ones who are universally liked, they're the ones who are deeply respected for being real, even when it's uncomfortable. There's courage in choosing authenticity over acceptance. When you live in truth and show up as your full self, flaws, edges, strength, and softness, you attract the right people and repel the wrong ones. That's not being difficult, that's being aligned. Kindness is not about being nice all the time. It's about being true. True to yourself, your values, and your vision. The world doesn't need more people pleasers. It needs more people who are kind with purpose and real without apology. That's how you lead, that's how you live,